Lisbeth. I'm the founder of Nordic Dog Trainer, and I am currently in the south of Norway. So today I want to talk about feeling guilty because I feel guilty a lot. I don't know why, but I am sure I'm not the only one who feels guilty about not doing enough with your dogs. So about guilt for not doing enough for our dogs. I think that if you are here watching this Facebook Live, that tells me that you are already doing more than enough for your dog because you're actually interested in learning more about dogs. That's why you follow Nordic Dog Trainer. You want to learn more and you want to learn different ways of doing things and learn about different perspectives. That's what I'm guessing. So today, social media, and well, before social media, it was the magazines, right? But now it's a social media, so every day we are bombarded with tips on how to do things to be active with our dogs, how to train our dogs, how to do different things with our dogs. And I'm a part of that. So there's a lot of things we can do. And I'm here today just to tell you, in case you need to hear it, that you're already doing enough. If you have a day that you don't feel like going for a long walk, don't. Do something else instead. So there's a difference here between not doing anything with your dog, not caring for your dog, and actually to care for your dog, and maybe even offering too much activities. That could also be overwhelming for dogs. It's about finding the balance for everyone, for your dog and for yourself. And something that or okay, I'll say me, I forget, maybe you do, I don't know, but I forget that very often that if I do a lot of things in a short while, I might be a bit tired afterwards. And now I'm making myself some new experiences, or maybe they're not new, maybe I'm just old enough now to realize that, wow, it's really true, you know? As some of you know, I had a heart attack earlier this summer, and I'm much better now. And my head is definitely, getting a lot better, although my body isn't, I realize. So what happens to me now, what happened this week and last week, was that for me, just to take my car and drive to the grocery store, to a town nearby, and to do my grocery shopping and to go for a little nice walk with Wilma, um, I'm actually getting so tired that the next day it's physically hurting in my body. And the same thing happened on Tuesday, yesterday, because on Monday I visited my mother. She's in the hospital, or in a old people's home. I don't know how you call it in English, but anyway, I went to visit her. She's not well, so I went to visit her in Oslo. It's about an hour's drive from here, and I had some other errands to do on the way. I wasn't very physically active, and what I was doing was something I enjoyed to do. So that wasn't a problem. But the day after, my body hurts again. And that's because it was just too much for me at the time. And I just want to say this to remind you that this can happen to us, and it can also happen to your dog. That if you on Monday go to agility, Tuesday you go for a nice social walk, maybe you want to go for a long walk, Wednesday, maybe you have some guests over. If you have kids, maybe the kids have guests over. There's a lot of kids, in your home, and your dog is active and running around playing with your kids. And on Thursday, something else is happening. By the end of the week, your dog might be very tired. So having a day off now and then isn't bad. Actually, I am going to say that it's a good thing. When I learned to care for myself in the way that I plan for this, now I know that this is the case for me, probably for another few weeks. So I will not schedule something for myself to do 2 days in a row. Now, luckily, not everyone has heart attacks or get seriously ill, but you can have an off day. You can have a headache. You can just, you know, not be in a good mood. We know what it's like. It's up and down. So don't feel guilty about not doing everything that we, the dog trainers, are telling you to do. You want to try out new things with your dog? Yes, do so. But please allow your dog also to have some time in between to rest and where nothing is happening. And I say nothing like this because, of course, you should take your dog, you have to take your dog out to go to the toilet and, things like that. But sometimes you don't have to go for long walks. You can take a short walk. If it's raining and shitty weather, I don't know if you can say that word on Facebook, but if it's bad weather, then, maybe not even your dog enjoys to go for a walk. So it's okay. Just go out, or even let your dog out. If you have a garden, let your dog out to pee and then come back in when he or she wants to. I still have that thing in my head about I have to walk my dog X number of times a day. If not, I'm not a good dog owner, dog caretaker. It's still, I don't know why, it's still deep, in me. And I have huge gardens for my dog. Now I only have one dog, but I used to have many dogs. And I have really, really big gardens, fenced gardens. And there's a lot of things they can do in the garden, and we can do search games and, things like that. And they get something to chew. But if you're a busy person, if you're a bit younger than me, you're going out for every day for your job, you're working, you come home in the afternoon, your dog needs to be with you. Maybe your dog needs just to be touched by you. Maybe you can give a massage to your dog. Maybe even your dog will appreciate more to have a nice massage from you instead of going for a long walk in the rain. Does anyone have any comments to that? What do you think? Am I totally wrong? I don't think so. But let me know what you think in the comments. Because of the advice out there, I think it's even more, we are getting inspired, which is a good thing. But don't feel like you have to do everything at the same time. It can be exhausting both for you and your dog. And actually, a lot of the problem behavior that we see in dogs is due to a high level of stress in the dog because it's just the activities that they're doing isn't either they're too much or maybe they're not even right for that dog. Maybe that dog is doing some kind of dog sports that is not for him, but more for the dog owner. So again, it's so important that you know how dogs communicate and you know the calming signals so you can actually see for yourself if your dog is enjoying what you're doing together. So it's natural to want to provide your dog with the best care. And like I said in the beginning of my live today, just being here, if you're listening to what I'm saying now, makes you a good dog owner, dog caretaker. I am convinced about it because you're actually spending time listening to me just rambling on about this. So being a good parent for your dog doesn't just first of all, it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. And both you and your dog needs a balance. So think quality over quantity. Focus on the quality time. We know that the lives of dogs are too short, way too short. So I'm pretty sure that you will not regret the long walks you didn't do. There are other things you will regret or miss with your dog. Of course, walks are not a nice thing to do with your dog as well, but just sitting down, observing, and I talk a lot about that in my lives as well, that's a good exercise for you and your dog, because not only the dogs need to learn how to be calm, actually. I think we all need to learn to be calm. When I have, especially senior dogs, because I'm so, I would say, lucky, of course, but I also I'm a crazy dog lady, as you know. So I live in places which is good for me and my dogs. When it's good for my dogs, you see, it's good for me. So if I live in a place, that means that I have to drive for 10 extra minutes or something to go shopping for my groceries. I would much rather prefer to do that so that I can have a big garden for my dogs, for example. So for senior dogs, and Wilma now, she just went, to lay down. We were just for a walk today in the woods here, and she now turned 10 years old. So she decides for how long she wants to walk every day. She decides. When she wants to turn around, we turn around. You don't have so if you have the flu or if you have a cold or if you're just like not in, feeling good, you don't have to go for a walk. Actually, Turid has told me this many times because, like I said, I still have this guilt that if I don't go for walks, every single day, then, but again, I just want to say, I'm not telling people, I'm not telling you to stay inside in an apartment if you don't have a garden. You have to go outside with your dog several times a day so that your dog can go to the toilet. Before I had the knowledge that I have now, I I felt even more guilty because I really wanted my dogs to do something every day. I thought that was, what I could do for my dogs. But now I know more about how stress affects us mentally and physically, and also what dogs might like more because they're not humans, they're dogs, they're a different species. So they like different things than we people do. And just learn to calm down. Okay. So I want you to remember that you are doing a great job with your dog. You're caring for your best friend, and it's okay to take a break. If you don't have, if you have a day off, or of course, if your dog has a day when he's not feeling well or just a bit slow, remember dogs can have exactly the same as we. They're they're not in any way like the same every day. Just like us, they have up good days and bad days. So if you or your dog doesn't have a good day for a long hike, then don't do it. Or for agility training, don't do it. Do something else. Give your dog a massage. Offer a nice, fun, exciting, enriched environment inside your home with, go down in your basement or in a garage or find something that you haven't had inside your house. Just find something, old things, and provide an enriched environment for your dog. And be with them, Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about today. So to sum up, so I don't repeat myself too many times, you're doing good. You are a great caretaker for your dog. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. And try to relax more and stop feeling so guilty for not providing your dog with different activities every day, because your dog doesn't need it, you don't need it. Try thinking a bit different about it, you know? Instead of a long walk, a shorter walk in a new place, in a new area, is as good or even better for your dog and maybe for you. So, have a nice week. Stop feeling guilty. Enjoy every day with your dog. Okay, bye.